I'm going to talk about assault, and in particular I'm going to talk about the 4 levels of assault within the criminal law. There are 4 levels in order to reflect the various degrees of seriousness of assault. At the bottom end of the scale is common assault. Common assault is set down at section 39 of the Criminal Justice Act 1988. I have previously produced a video about common assault. Common assault can only be dealt with in the magistrate's court, and the maximum sentence for common assault is 6 months custody. Above common assault is actual bodily harm. The legislation for actual bodily harm is at section 47 of the Offences Against the Person Act 1861. And again, I have previously provided a video on actual bodily harm. The maximum sentence for standard actual bodily harm is 5 years custody. However, if the actual bodily harm is racially or religiously motivated, then the maximum sentence that a Crown Court can impose is 7 years custody. Actual bodily harm is an either way offence. This means that it can be heard either at the Magistrates' Court or at the Crown Court. Above actual bodily harm is grievous bodily harm. And the definition of grievous is simply really serious harm. So at the bottom end of the scale is common assault. Above that is actual bodily harm, and the definition for actual bodily harm is that it must be more than merely trivial or trifling. Above actual bodily harm is grievous bodily harm, and the law says that grievous bodily harm must be really serious harm. It means the standard everyday words for grievous, really serious harm. Grievous bodily harm is split into 2 separate pieces of legislation depending upon intent. Grievous bodily harm without intent is prohibited under section 20 of the Offences Against the Person Act 1861. Section 20 grievous bodily harm is an either way offence, just like actual bodily harm, and it carries the same maximum sentences. So maximum sentence for section 20 grievous bodily harm is 5 years custody, and if it is religiously or racially motivated, then the maximum sentence is 7 years custody. The most serious assault charge is section 18 of the Offences Against the Person Act, grievous bodily harm with intent. So section 18 requires that the grievous bodily harm inflicted must be with intent. Section 20 says that it can be committed recklessly. So there are 4 levels of assault: common assault, actual bodily harm, grievous bodily harm without intent, recklessly, section 20, grievous bodily harm with intent, section 18. An offence under section 18, grievous bodily harm, is indictable only. This means that it can only be heard at the Crown Court, and the maximum sentence for section 18 GBH is life imprisonment.